All right. Today is Thursday, October 14, 2021. It is 3:13 p.m. On behalf of the defendant is Assistant Public Defender Maritere Taverazon, and present on behalf of the state, Assistant State Attorney Ricardo De Luca. Both are present to take the deposition of Felicity Rifai, who has been duly sworn by a notary. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Name is Felicity Rifai. That's Felicity. Last name is Rifai.
Thank you. You have been listed as a state witness in the case State of Florida versus Nicholas Ali Rifai. This is case number 20 CF 13971A. All right. Ms. Rifai, just like we stated, this is a recorded deposition. You don't have anybody else in your room, right? Where you're doing the deposition? Okay, and can you say that again, just because it's not coming through for some reason?
No, I do not have anybody in the room with me. It's just me.
Okay, and then you don't have any means of communicating with anybody right now, like nobody is, you don't have any chats open, messenger, or anything like that? Okay, and I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to, like, when you get up closer, it works. So you might, when you answer, just like, yeah, pull it up to your face a little bit so we can hear. Perfect, thank you.
The camera, I just want you guys to hear me.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, prior to this deposition right now, have you spoken with anybody recently about this investigation, HCSO?
Prior to this deposition, how recently?
After the charges were filed. After the charges were already filed, have you had any contact with any police, law enforcement agency?
I might have. I can't say for certain if I've contacted the sheriff's office or not since then. The timeline is a little, I might have, I'm not sure.
Okay, have they contacted you in the past, let's say since the summer to now? Has law enforcement contacted you?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. All right, and then, so tell me a little bit about your history. How did you meet my client, Nicholas?
The first time that we spoke ever,
How did you meet? Yeah,
MySpace.
on MySpace? Okay. And how long ago was that?
I believe it was 2007, maybe. Maybe 2006. It was around that time. It's been so long.
Okay. And then when did your relationship start with Nicholas?
I'm not sure how to answer that. From the beginning, I guess. I don't know what his intentions are. I just know that it seemed like a relationship.
Okay, so when you met in MySpace, like in 2006 or 7, that's when your relationship started?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was 18 and I didn't know what it was going to turn to, so I don't know how to answer that. It was two people talking on MySpace.
Okay, and then, all right, so when did you move in together?
2008.
Okay. And where were you living before you moved in together?
Overseas.
And where overseas?
In Jordan.
Jordan? Okay. All right. And then how long were you together for?
Meaning,
How long was did the relationship last?
that is a difficult question to answer just because the relationship it was on and off. So I can't tell you definitively where it started and where it ended because there were a few endings and a few beginnings. So I can't say for sure.
Okay. Were you guys married?
We're married.
Okay. And then how long were you married for?
We were married in 2008 and then we were divorced in 2009. So I don't remember the exact month of the divorce though. I do believe it was 2009.
Okay. But then you stayed in a relationship you guys stayed in a relationship after that, right? Like after the divorce?
Not consistently, on and off after the divorce. We did have moments of separation and moments where we were together.
Okay. And in 2000, okay, so like when was it officially like over? When would you consider your relationship was over?
It's hard to answer that because of the nature of my relationship with Nick. When did I realize that I had to get out for my safety and my daughter's safety? Or when I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
Like when did you guys break it off completely? Like when did you leave? I don't know, because I don't know really the dynamics of the relationship, but I'm just trying to get the background story.
Sure. So I can't tell you when I began basically begging Nick to let me go, but he has a long history, a complicated history with law enforcement. Every time I would try to get out, something happened where I felt like, so I can't tell you when I broke up with him or how many times I've tried to leave. It's not cut and dry.
Okay. But for this particular case, he's charged with aggravated stalking. So I'm trying to get kind of an idea of how long after you guys, had stopped talking or whatnot, this case came about. So I'm trying to figure out when was it. Oh, I know that it's complicated, but like when was it over? Like when was.
So I understand it's generally a simple question, but my circumstances are not simple. So I don't know how familiar you are with Nick's history in regards to he's had a long history with the FBI, Homeland Security, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. So it's been years that I've been trying to leave. And every time something happened, I was made to feel isolated so it's been years. I don't know.
When did you stop living together?
But last time, I mean, when he was arrested, you mean, or because
I'm sorry?
Multiple times where we didn't live.
Okay. The most recent time when both of you stopped living together, when was that?
When he got arrested in September of, was it 2019, I believe?
Okay. And when you say that there was a lot of history with Homeland Security and the FBI and HCSO, that involvement, that didn't have to do with any domestic relationship issues, right? Like domestic violence or anything like that.
Tell me anything. So I don't, well, initially, so no, it was, to my knowledge, it was dealing with that.
I'm sorry, it broke up.
I'm sorry. I was saying that it was something that he was dealing with them that I didn't know about for the longest time. It was, to my knowledge, unrelated.
Okay. Okay, and then, so what is the, so I'm trying to figure out, so what are the allegations here? Like, what is the stalking that is being alleged? What was the repeated harassment or cyber, like, what is the allegation here?
So even after the order, there were multiple incidents where I was contacted or family was contacted. There are too many for me to think of right off the bat unless you specifically ask me about one. But there were numerous violations.
Okay, and I'm sorry, you said after what?
That even after the restraining order, the injunction, there were many instances where it was violated.
But you can't state any specifically?
I can, it just doesn't feel, I don't know what to start with. If you ask me about something specific, I can address it. I just don't know where to begin.
All right, well, let me ask this. What led you to file an injunction? Like, what gave you the idea to file an injunction against him?
The abuse and the fact that I have her to protect.
Okay, and what kind of, like, what do you mean, physical or mental abuse?
There was physical, mental, and emotional abuse.
How old is your daughter?
4.
And that is my client's daughter as well, Nicholas Rafai.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so the injunction, you applied for the injunction yourself. Nobody gave you the idea to file an injunction or restraining order?
Was what was necessary to protect myself and my daughter.
Okay, but did anybody give you the idea or suggested for you to file an injunction?
I'm sure that I was assisted in regards to receiving information and resources. However, no one forced me, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm asking if anybody suggested you for you to get the restraining order.
I can't say who said it first in a conversation. I can't say if someone informed me that this was an option to protect myself or if I had suggested it. This was over 2 years ago.
Okay, so so who is Robert Clark and how did you and him meet?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Yes, who is Robert Clark?
My husband.
Okay, and how did you meet your husband?
We met at work.
What work?
I work for Progressive.
And he works for Progressive? I'm sorry? Hold on 1 second. I don't know why the volume, I've never had this happen before. Where the microphone's not working. Are you,
Hello?
I can hear you fine. Can you?
it keeps breaking up. Are you using a computer for the deposition?
No, I'm on my iPad. I just have it in front of me.
All right, so when did you start working at Progressive?
2019,
What month?
January.
January? Okay, and Robert Clark worked there in January 2019 as well?
You'd have to ask him because I didn't meet him until later, so I don't know.
Okay, when did you meet him?
I'm not sure the exact month. It was later in 2019.
Was it before Nicholas got arrested around September 2019?
Well, we worked together, yeah.
Right, but both of you said that you started working at Progressive January 2019, right? And then Robert Clark, he worked at Progressive, but you don't know when he started working there.
Yes, I mean, like, I don't know what he was doing at the time. It's a big company, so.
Okay, but when did you meet Robert Clark?
Later in 2019, I don't know the exact month.
Okay, and you don't remember if it was before or after September when Nicholas had gotten arrested?
It was probably before. I mean, we worked together, so I can't tell you the first time that I saw him across the hallway or the first time I talked to him or the first. So I'm not sure what you're asking.
I was asking, when did you meet? Like, meet is normally when somebody talks to the person.
The reason it's difficult to answer that is because we're in a professional environment. So I don't know if I had talked to him and not remembered and then later became friends with him. So I don't know, other than it was mid to later of 2019. I don't know the exact month. I can't say for sure and be confident in that.
Okay, and when did you become friends?
Again, like around the same time, probably. I want to say later in 2019.
And how did that friendship began?
Not quite sure, other than just spending time at work, like whether having lunch or just talking about work. And there were a few times where I showed up to work with bruises. And that, of course, you know,
Where were your bruises? On your face?
I had some on my cheek, on my arm.
Okay, and you're suggesting that Nicholas gave you those bruises?
I know that he gave me those bruises. I'm not suggesting that he gave me those.
Okay, and that was through physical violence?
There are things that various coworkers saw. So
I'm sorry?
I'm saying that these are things that more than one coworker saw. So if various people were asked from there, they would be able to verify, not just one person.
Okay. And when did you start being in a relationship with Robert Clark?
I want to say it started to progress like winter of 2019. Again, I don't know exactly. My situation is not like clean cut and easy. Nicholas had been living here for some time, but we were not together. And Nicholas knows that. That's something that I have in writing, as well as he and I have had multiple conversations about.
Okay, and what do you mean he was living there but not together?
Nicholas had asked to remain here until he figures some things out. We had not been together romantically, intimately, emotionally, in any shape or form for years, since before my daughter was born at this point. And his goal was to, I don't know what his goal was. His whole life revolved around whatever legal issues he had with the FBI and Homeland Security. So he didn't want to have anything to do with anybody but.
Who bought that house?
Which house?
The house that you're saying that he asked to remain there.
This house is sold in my name.
Okay, who bought it? Did you pay for the house? I don't know.
Oh, it was a long time ago. It was, I'm not sure.
You don't know who paid for the house? When did the house, has the house always been solely in your name?
To my knowledge,
Hold on 1 second. Okay, so to your knowledge, the house has always been in your name?
to my knowledge, yes.
Okay, so what is that? Okay. Why would it not be in your knowledge if it's not in your name?
I'm saying that as far as I know, the house has always been in my name. If someone maliciously said or tried to do something, it is not with my knowledge. Just due to the nature of the abuse and manipulation that I've endured, that's why I said that.
Okay,
It has never changed unless someone did something illegal or something they shouldn't have done.
Okay, and then all right, but you don't know who bought the house? You don't remember who bought the house that you
I
lived in?
bought the house.
You bought it?
Had asked me who paid for it versus who bought it. Those were two different things. At the time, the finances, I don't remember, it was a long time ago, but was I there by myself to sign the paperwork for the house and buy it? Yes.
Okay, and then, so you bought your house by yourself, right? You don't know who paid for it.
I said I'm not sure. I didn't say anything specific.
And then Nicholas lived with you in that house.
So a restraining order was filed in 2019. And since then, there have been various breaking of the law, because regardless of any of that, the restraining order has been broken. And that's where the stalking came from. So I'm not being asked about, the living nightmare for the past couple of years. I'm being asked about something that happened when I was 19.
Oh, so you bought the house when you were 19?
Asking about, my space and whatnot. So I'm not sure what you're asking in regards to things I'm not saying.
I'm sorry, what did I just ask?
I said, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking or why you're asking. I'm a little hesitant to give someone who has become a stalker more information about myself, like what I'm doing or who I'm talking with, or I'm here because there's aggravated stalking. It's aggravated stalking because there's been multiple violations of the restraining order. So I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. I've never had to go to court for anything before.
It's okay. So I'm just trying to get a picture of the relationship and the living situation and how this all started, because it is my understanding that you and Mr. Rafai were in a relationship before. So I'm trying to get some answers of the circumstances surrounding that relationship prior to these allegations of the stalking, okay?
That's under, when the relationship ended years ago, clearly, as I've moved on, and the questions are in regards to stalking charge.
Okay, so when did the relationship end?
I can't tell you for certain. I can tell you that I found out I was pregnant the same month as the raid. And unfortunately, the timing, I can't tell you. I don't know for sure. I don't know. It's been a long time.
When did the raid happen? Do you know?
2016. 2016. It was late 2016. Now, you guys had said that it would be 30 minutes for me and 30 minutes for Robert. Are we still in that schedule? Because we weren't able to, we were only allowed a specific amount of time due to the time constraint. I'm just wondering if we're
Who's
sticking.
time constraint?
So work, we both work.
Okay. Well, the deposition, there was 30 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I was just saying because it said like 30 minutes each, and it's what, 3? Now we began at 3. I was just wondering if it's going to be an hour each, or because we've already gone above.
Yeah, it may be more. I mean, it's going over for you, and then it may be less for him. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that the relationship ended in 2016 when you found out you were pregnant?
I'm saying that I came to the conclusion that a child deserves better than that type of atmosphere and relationship and household.
Okay. Right, and you mean all because of the situation with the FBI and the house had just gotten raided?
For multiple reasons, for many reasons.
Okay, so did the relationship end in 2016?
I can't give you that exact date just because I don't know when what the exact thing that happened where it was a definitive answer. It was on and off. There's no set time.
Okay. All right, so so you don't know when the relationship ended?
I'm not sure.
All right, did Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office or any other agency ever push you to getting that restraining order or tell you about it?
Tell me about it. Of course, it was discussed.
Okay, so they suggested the restraining order?
I never said they suggested the restraining order. You said they suggested the restraining order. I said that, of course, when you're dealing with something like a restraining order, you're going to come in contact and you're going to use Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office as a resource.
Okay. Did the sheriff's office ever suggest to you to get a restraining order? This is before you got the restraining order. Did they suggest to you to get the restraining order?
I don't remember if anyone has ever suggested me to get a restraining order from.
All right. Who paid for, when Nicholas Rafai was living with you, who paid for utilities and all that? Was it you or him?
It depends on the time frame that you are referring to. I can't say exactly who paid what on what month.
Okay, so both of you split the bills? Is that what happened?
No, I didn't say that either. I said there wasn't a definitive time that I can tell you who paid what.
Were the utilities on your name or his name?
I don't remember which ones were which. I'm not quite sure.
The electric, the electric bill, was that under your name or his name?
Number, I have no idea. I have to contact.
Okay, and then how about the water bill? Do you remember that one?
I don't remember.
Okay, when did you start working for the first time? Was it in January 2019?
Working for the first time in my adult life?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, have you worked throughout your adult life?
I have had multiple jobs throughout my adult life, yes.
Okay, and then were there any times that you were a homemaker or, I don't know, a stay-at-home mom or anything like that?
I'm sure there was a time period where I wasn't immediately working and I was with my daughter.
All right, so when was that period?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have done work from home for a while, way back then, so I can't tell you when I started.
All right, was there ever a time that you were not working for longer than 1 month?
For longer than 1 month? I'm sure there was.
Okay. Was there ever a time where you did not work longer than 6 months?
I don't remember that time frame exactly. It's hard for me to go back and think in my whole adult life how long my on and off times were. I can't answer that.
Did you ever have any mental health issues?
Mental health issues?
Yes.
Are you allowed to ask me questions that are in regards to my medical history and my privacy?
Yes.
Can you explain that question?
No.
You can't further explain that?
Are you gonna answer or no? The
I'm,
mental-
I'm answering.
Excuse me?
Would like to know what I am answering.
Whether you have any mental health issues.
I don't have mental health issues.
Okay. Did you ever have postpartum depression?
I did go through, like most moms, a bit of a difficult time postpartum.
Okay. And then were you ever treated for that?
Yeah, I spoke to a doctor.
Did you ever have were you ever provided with any sort of prescription to treat any depression or anything like that?
I'd like to not put my medical history out there for my abuser and stalker to know about. So if I'm not legally required to answer that.
Okay, so the way it works is that you are required to answer them, but it's not something that's going to come out during trial or anything like that if it does not need to. Okay.
Concern anything to worry about in regards to it coming out. My concern is that everything that I tell you goes to someone who I'm unsafe around. That's my reason for choosing to keep my information.
Okay, so I am not asking for any sort of private information about you, like where you live or anything like that. These are questions that I'm asking that go towards your ability to testify at trial.
Oh, I'm capable of testifying in trial.
Okay, but these are questions that I'm asking you. So I was asking if you were prescribed anything to treat your postpartum depression.
It was anxiety. It wasn't depression, and yes.
All right, and other than the postpartum anxiety, did you have any other mental health issues?
No.
All right. When did you and Mr. Clark move in together?
I want to say it was sometime in 2020, early 2020. Wait, no. It was, I'm sorry, 2021.
So this year.
Yeah, to officially move in, it was 2021. Yes. I'm sorry, I thought.
And when you say officially, what do you mean?
It means officially.
Okay, so when did he unofficially move in?
He didn't unofficially move in. I have certain religious beliefs that I have to abide by. So after we got married,
And when did you get married?
January of 2021.
Did he, prior to that, did he ever stay at the house?
He used to visit, of course.
I'm sorry?
Visit, of course.
Do you remember like when he started staying at your house?
No.
Okay. The did he ever, I know he lives there now, but when you were dating, did he ever stay at the house by himself?
I don't know. He's ever been at the house by himself. You'll have to ask him.
Okay. Did you ever give him a key to your house?
Yeah, of course, now that he lives here, he has a key to the house that he lives in.
Okay, but before that, did he have a key to your house?
I don't know when he had a key, the exact time frame.
Okay, you don't remember when you gave him a key? I'm sorry. Do you remember when you made him a key or no?
No, I'm sorry. I thought you heard me say no. I didn't realize you were waiting on me.
Oh, I was. And then I noticed that you pulled up a paper. What is that? Are those notes?
No, it's not a piece of paper. I'm looking at my daughter. She's taking a nap on the baby monitor.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, if I pick up anything, it's just making sure she's okay.
Of course, I understand. Okay. All right. So you don't remember when a key was made for him to come in and out of the house?
No.
All right. Does he live, prior to him moving there, did he live nearby?
Yes.
How far away from your home?
Down the street. I don't know the exact half a mile. I don't know, down the street.
Was it the same neighborhood? No?
Like my street? What do you mean neighborhood?
Was it the same subdivision?
I guess you could say the same subdivision. I'm not sure what the exact definition of subdivision is.
Do you live in a gated community? Okay. So you said down the street, is that 1 block away?
No. As in, so I should say the same community. I don't know if it's considered a subdivision or whatnot. I don't know the exact definition, so I don't want to misspeak.
Okay, so you can use your own words. So community, I know what community is, so that makes sense. So he lived in the same community. And then for the record, she said yes. It's just, can you say it one more time?
Said yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why it's not.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay, so when you met him at Progressive, did you know that he lived there or no? In the
No.
same, that was just a coincidence.
I mean, Progressive, you find out eventually that we all live in the same community because it's right down the street. So all of us kind of live nearby.
Okay. And then Okay, and what were the instances? I know that you said it's a lot, but I need to know because this is what he's being accused of. Like, what were the incidents that he's being accused of stalking? What are the instances of stalking?
So I can try to think of like a couple of instances, not in the correct order, just because it's hard. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget some details. But just for the sake of answering your question, I guess I can think of some things. He has sent multiple emails from various email addresses that he was creating email addresses as well as like throwaway messaging services, saying things. I knew it was him. I can't think of the exact things that he had said, but it was things that only he would know. And then I had filed police reports, and the detectives were actually able to subpoena the companies, like the email providers and whatnot. And they did indicate that they were from him. At least that's what I was told. There were things that I had left in his possession that were dropped off. I have a camera, my doorbell camera, showing random people, not with any type of mail service, just dropping off packages at my front door with Nick's handwriting that I recognized, like a teddy bear with a string wrapped around its neck. That teddy bear was given to me by Nick and returned to him. He has shown up on my street in front of the house multiple times. He was seen. The area was measured by law enforcement, and he was in clear violation of the restraining order.
Okay. Did you ever see him? You personally, did you ever see him near your property?
It's been a while. I can't tell for sure. I do know, I don't remember how we got the videos, but there's clear videos of I can stand right at my front door and see his car, and that's on video. It's clear. I don't remember at the time how it happened. It was a bit ago. And these are, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things. There's so many different instances. He has called my work, and had absolutely nothing to do with insurance, or he was just talking about me and how just very horrible things at my workplace. And those are recorded calls, which of course.
Okay, was that to you? Did you have those conversations with him? Okay, and that was a no?
No, it wasn't me. I did not take those calls.
Okay, and then you said that a teddy bear was returned to him. Who returned the teddy bear to him?
Well, I don't remember how it wound up in his possession. It was in like an old box somewhere that he must have acquired. I don't remember the details or the logistics of it. It was something that he had, and it was returned to me with like a wire around its neck. And then there was another teddy bear with like a recording in it. There was various things that were dropped at my front door. There was one instance where his parole officer showed up at my front door, you know, kind of in a panic. I had no idea who she was. And she told me that she was worried for my safety and my daughter's safety after she had a conversation with Nick. She had just gone over there, I guess. And she felt that it was important enough to immediately leave his residence, wherever he was, and then come to just check on me. So I don't know what was said, but she said that his actions were alarming and he's refusing a mental health check. He said he doesn't trust whatever. I don't know what he said. It was a while back. So, and that was his own, I forget if it's a probation or parole officer. I don't know the exact.
Okay, and then did you ever see him drop off anything at your house?
Him physically on camera? No, I can't say that I did. It was just things that were in his possession that somehow landed in front of my door with his handwriting and dropped off by random people, like not UPS or USPS. I've also had the letters that I received when he was in jail. He was arrested in September, and I had like there's just letters after letters after letters. And he contacted everyone, even people that I haven't spoken to. I guess anyone that he might have had to go really out of his way to search for, just random cousins or prior acquaintances or people that I don't even know. But it was still being sent to me because they were scared for me based on his behavior.
Okay, and then how did you know that the emails were from him?
What do you mean?
Well, first let me ask, were the emails directly to you?
There were some that were, you mean directly to my inbox?
No, I mean directly to you. Were the emails, I'm a person, I send an email to you. Were the emails like that? Was it an email from Rafai, from Nicholas to Felicity? Was it like that, or was it through a third party, or how were those emails?
So I'd have to go back because, like I said, there were many. It wasn't just one.
You can just tell me one.
Oh, geez. This is something that I've tried very hard to forget, so I can't think of something off the top of my head. I try to grab my phone, and it's not something I honestly want to do right now or go through, but I can't think of one particular time because I don't want to misspeak on it. I have to make sure.
Okay.
Do you know how?
No, why? Is there an emergency?
I wouldn't say it's an emergency, but I was supposed to be gone for a certain amount of time, myself and Robert. So I just wanted, because the subpoena was very specific with the time. That's why I had asked. So I want to make sure that I'm providing you with the answers that you need, but also, the other obligations that I have to do.
Okay, so you're saying you have to be at work right now?
No, I'm saying that, I was asking if you know how much longer it's going to be based on the time that we were.
I don't know.
Like an hour, 15 minutes, 3 hours?
I don't know. Every time that we pause to have these conversations, it's just gonna take longer.
I mean, that's fine. I can answer your questions. I just, they're not mostly about.
Well, I'm asking about the emails.
Oh, the emails, that was the last thing you asked. I can't tell you exactly verbatim. I'm not sure. It was a variety. Some of them might have been directed directly at me. I'd have to double check. Some of them were written in like code or different that even I didn't understand. I had to put in Google Translate, but that's what he does. You don't have to be a good person to be smart. He's very intelligent. You know that. You've spoken with him. He's not going to send me an email that says, "Hello, this is Nicholas, and this email is addressed to Felicity," not after a restraining order.
Okay, so you don't remember if any of the emails were directed to you from him?
I can tell you that they were meant for me. I don't remember the exact verbiage to say they indicated my name or he made it known that they were for me.
Okay, and then how do you know that they were meant for you?
Again, I can't give you specifics, but they were mentioned prior scenarios, things that only I would know, or things about like my daughter's nickname that he gave her that no one else has called her ever. Things like that. So it wouldn't be in a way where if you looked at it, you would be able to tell, other than, you know, the fact that it came from wherever he was staying.
Okay, and you said the nickname you're referring to is Jelly Bean, right?
I didn't say Jelly Bean, you said Jelly Bean, but that
Yes,
is
you
what
did. I said, yeah. So Jelly Bean is the example that you were thinking of a name that was used for your daughter?
something that, because she's my daughter, it was on top of my head. But there were other instances where it was just specific scenarios that were, you can tell were specifically for me that no one else knows about. I can't think of exactly what he had said. Excuse me, can I have one moment? Let me just turn down the AC real quick.
Yes.
Claire? You turn on? No, I turn on the fan, it makes sound. Sorry.
No, it's okay. All right, so we talked about the emails, but we're not sure if they were specifically directed towards you.
I knew that they were meant for me. I just don't recall the exact verbiage to tell you how I knew so, or whether or not, it's not like he said, "Dear Felicity," or maybe he did. I don't know. It's just that I don't want to say when I don't recall exactly.
Okay, and then did you ever have, you were 2009. So 2009 to 2000, I'm sorry, when was it? So you met around 2006 or 7, you moved here in 2008. So 2008 to 2019, that's what, 11 years? All right, did you ever have any, the emails? Did you recognize any of those emails as belonging to him?
As in coming from his email address?
Yes.
I can't tell you which ones. I do remember his email, his specific email address coming up. I don't remember what it was for exactly. It was a long time ago.
Okay. And did you ever have access to his emails?
No.
So you never used his computers or anything?
Many, many years ago, if I've ever used anything of his, I can't say that I recall, but no, even if I did, I've never known his like email password or had access to anything email or text message related at any point in time. That was his stuff.
All right, so there was never a shared computer or anything like that?
Had computers in the same household, so I can't say who touched whose computer, but I mean, even when that was the case, that was way beyond the scope of this conversation. It was way back when, not recently, and even so, his stuff was completely private. I just don't want to say that there wasn't a computer in the house that both of us at some point in time didn't touch.
Other than the emails, you said the letter, that there were some letters. The letters were after the injunction?
I don't remember the exact time. What I can tell you for sure is that he had been arrested for domestic violence at the time that he was sending me letter after letter. So I don't remember the exact timeline of when he was arrested in the injunction, but he was in jail because he hit me and because I had to go to the hospital. So
Okay, so you went to the hospital. What's this in 2019?
yes, it was in 2019.
Okay, and what hospital did you have to go to?
Excuse me, to St. Joseph South.
Okay, and were you there like overnight? Was it serious injuries?
I did not stay overnight. I have a daughter. I can't just leave her overnight, even if they had suggested it. But no, I did not stay overnight.
Okay, and who stayed with your daughter while you were at the hospital?
She was sleeping at home. Both her and Nick, I believe, were both sleeping.
Okay, so Nicholas stayed at home when you went to St. Joseph's Hospital. You didn't call police. That was a domestic violence incident?
That was a domestic violence incident. I didn't notify anyone about it at the time. I only went to the hospital to get myself checked. So I hadn't said anything at that point.
And then what were you getting checked? Did you have injuries?
I had very visible bad bruises all over my body, all over my face, my chin, my neck, my arm. And I was vomiting and I was very dizzy. I was lightheaded. So I went to get checked out.
Okay, and then those were a result of Nicholas hitting you?
Yes.
Okay. And that was before the restraining order? Okay. Do you remember like around what month that was?
September.
I'm sorry?
September.
September? Okay, so that was the same month that you put the restraining order? Or no?
The reason that the restraining order didn't happen faster was because Nick spent a few months in jail. So I think it was served him after. So
All right, so are there things that I didn't ask about that we didn't cover that's relevant to the stalking case?
I don't even know how to I think of anything at the moment. I'm sure it's something that has been going on for a while, and it's, you know, obviously a little bit more complex, I feel like, than some situations. So I can't say that there isn't, but I can't think of anything particular that I feel is, you know, something I should mention.
Okay. All right, I mean, I'm sure that I have other questions, but I don't think I'm gonna ask any questions now. Mr. De Luca, do you have any questions?
No questions from the state.
All right, so the time is 4:18. We're gonna conclude this deposition, okay? All right, thank you. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Did you ask something?
I didn't say anything, but I was wondering, are we, like, you just let me know what to do next. I don't know.
Okay, so you can log off and then Clark, Mr. Clark can
Can
come
they
in.
just switch spots? Is he going to be using the same thing, or do you want her to log off? Or
Have to log off the computer because he's going to be using the same everything. Can I just walk out and he comes back in?
Sure.
Because he's going to be sitting in my same. So I'm good to go.
yes.
Yes.
Grab my stuff and AV monitor.